Hello and welcome to this lecture. And in this lecture, we will actually go ahead and learn how exactly CSS works. We will actually go ahead and create a CSS file and write in some CSS code into it. So now that we know what exactly CSS is and why it is used, let's actually take a simple example to define the working of CSS. So even before you start writing some CSS code, you actually need a file to write CSS code. So in this particular project folder, we will create a new file by clicking on this icon, and let's name this file as style.css. Just make sure that you name your file with a .css extension so that the browser understands that this file is a CSS file. So now once we have the CSS file, we can start writing the code in it. But even before doing that, we actually need to link this particular HTML file to this particular CSS file, because this CSS file is responsible for styling all the elements present inside this particular HTML file. So now let's go ahead and learn how exactly do we link that. So in order to link this file with this particular HTML document, you actually need to go ahead and get inside the head tag, and here you need to specify the link tag. You can type in link rel equals style sheet, which means that we are attaching a style sheet over here. And then you actually need to specify the type of style sheet which we are attaching. So we will attach text/CSS, and then you actually need to specify the link to the file which you're using. So we type the href attribute over here and just specify style.css. So once we are done with this, we are done attaching or linking this particular CSS file with the index.html file. So if the name of this file was something like, let's say, demo.css, then you have to mention here demo.css to basically link that file with your HTML document. Now once you have linked this file, let's actually go ahead and try to style one particular element inside here. So as you could see, we have this heading tag over here, and for now I will actually go ahead and remove the styling from here and make it plain over here, and we are going to style this particular heading using CSS. So whenever you want to style a particular HTML element or HTML tag, you simply specify the tag name over here. So in this case I will specify h1, and then you can specify any CSS property which you want to change for that particular tag. So let's say you want to change the color of the tag. You can simply type in color over here and specify some color like, let's say, orange. Give a semicolon at the end of the property. And now if you go back over here and hit refresh, as you could see, the color of the heading has now been changed. Now this is only one property which we have used here, or we have changed here for the heading tag, but there are multiple such properties which you can use to change the look and feel of your website, or look and feel of different elements which are present on your HTML page. Now let's say if you want to style the next element, let's say if you want to style h2, you simply specify the tag name for h2 over here. You can specify color over here, and let's say the color is, let's say, purple. And let's actually make sure that the color is removed from here, because now the CSS and HTML is actually separated. So let's go back, save the code, let's go back to the browser, hit refresh, and as you could see, the styling of the subheading changed as well, just because we have made changes to the CSS file. So that's how you can actually go ahead and use CSS code to style your HTML file. So we have used the color property over here. We can use any of the properties which we want, but for now this was just a simple example to give you guys an idea of how CSS can be used, or how CSS can be linked with an HTML file. So there is one more important concept which we need to learn about CSS, which is called as CSS selectors, which basically is a way to access these elements inside your HTML code so that we could actually style them. So we are going to learn about CSS selectors in the upcoming lectures, and in the upcoming lectures we will also learn about different CSS properties as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.